Hey guys, what's up? I'm Ershad from Mr. Phone, and today I'm not in front of camera, I'm behind camera, but I have two of the most powerful Android premium flagships out there. This is the Find X2 and this one is the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus. Both of these are in the same price bracket, so I wanted to check out from the price range of 65,000 to 75,000, which one of these two premium Android experiences should you put your money on? I'm going to be specifically testing out the battery performance and the overall performance of these two phones to find out if the Snapdragon 865 inside the Find X2 is more powerful than the Exynos 9820. We know for a fact that it is, but I want to see what kind of differences that you get. Alright, before we move on, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button and the bell icon right next to it to get notified whenever Mr. Phone puts out an awesome new tech video. To start off, I'm going to start with the charging test. So you get this 25 watt charger inside the box of the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus, whereas you get a 65 watt charging solution for the Find X2. Alright, so I have my timer set up on another phone, and of course I just need to switch on the button to start charging. So 3, 2, 1, go. So charging has started on both the phones. So we'll see how long it takes to charge from 0 to 100. So currently I'm keeping the screen off on both, and maybe they just might switch on their own after a period of time. Let me just quickly show you guys what the state is right now. So this is charging at currently at 1% and this is at 0%. Alright, as you can see, the Find X2 has already reached 50% in around 12 minutes, and you know the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus is at 25%. It's exactly slower by around 50% compared to the Find X2, which is extremely fast at charging. So within 12 minutes, we've reached 51%, 12 minutes 22 seconds, and you know the S20 Plus is at 25%. The Find X2 is clearly leading the race. Alright, so we're 20 minutes into the charging test, and I just wanted to quickly jump in and see what percentage of charge have we achieved on each of these phones. So you get 79% on SuperVOOC and 38% on the S20 Plus. Evidently, it's actually going faster now. Earlier it was twice the speed. Now it's slightly more than that as well compared to the S20 Plus. So SuperVOOC 2.0 is doing an excellent job, a phenomenal job if you want charging speeds. 20 minutes in, you're 80% done. What more do you need? So we're at almost the end of the charging cycle for the OPPO Find X2. OPPO claims that it charges from 0 to 100 in 38 minutes. We reached 99% at a little over 33 minutes, and it's been at 99% for so long actually. So essentially it's trickle charging right now, which helps Samsung catch up with the OPPO. But we know for a fact that in the next minute or so, it should touch 100% really soon. So yeah, so really well done OPPO. This is actually excellent charging speeds that I'm experiencing on the phone. Actually, we've crossed the 38-minute mark. We're still at 99%. So let's wait and watch. It should be any time now that it touches 100%. OPPO's been trickle charging at 99% for a really long time, but this is pretty close to what is the ideal charging time for the OPPO Find X2 with its excellent 65 watt charging tech. And by now we'd all know for a fact that OPPO is actually leading the innovation. Alright, so we have reached 100% finally, as you can see on your screen right now. This is at 100% charge. Let me just switch on the phone now. So we reached 100% at around 38 minutes and 39-40 seconds. So yeah, so OPPO's claims of it charging from 0 to 100 in 38 minutes is actually true with screen off. And right now on the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus with the 25 watt charger, we are at 65%. Alright, so finally we've reached 100% on the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus. That took quite a while. It's currently showing 1 hour and 16 minutes, but it got done in 1 hour 15 minutes. So the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus with its 25-watt charger takes 1 hour 15 minutes to charge from 0 to 100, whereas our wonderful OPPO Find X2 charged from 0 to 100 in just 30 minutes. Alright, so now we're done with our battery charging test. So we're going to jump to a 1 hour battery drain test where I'm going to be playing a YouTube video for an hour on both the phones. I've matched the brightness levels on both the phones. It is slightly ahead on the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus, primarily because it can go to much lower low brightness compared to the OPPO Find X2. Alright, so now we have set up the video on both the phones and it is at similar brightness levels as well. And of course, it's at 120 Hz refresh rate and FHD plus resolution and on the same Wi-Fi as well. I've already preloaded some of the video so that it doesn't buffer too much in the 1 hour test that we're going to be doing. I'm going to play the videos at the same time and of course hit the timer and switch off the current to actually charge the batteries as well. So on 3, 2, 1. Go. So now I have the chargers removed and the phones aligned for you guys. So we are good to go. So just one thing to remember right now, both these phones were at 100% when they started. So at the end of 1 hour of the video loop, we'll take a look at how much battery has drained to see which one can actually, last longer when it comes to battery life. Alright, so we've crossed the halfway mark, so I quickly came to check in and see where these phones are in terms of battery percentage. Let me just quickly slide down and see what the battery score readings are. So currently the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus is at 96%, which means it's dropped 4% from 100%. And wow, the OPPO Find X2 continues to be at 100%. So 30 minutes into the video and the Find X2 hasn't lost a single charge of battery, whereas the S20 Plus has lost at least 4% charge. So we're at the final couple of minutes to finish this test, and let's wait and watch and see which one of these has lost the most battery life from 100% that we started some time ago. And that's it, 1 hour done. Let me just pause the videos and quickly exit out of the apps to see what is the battery percentage on the S20 Plus and the Find X2 right now. So we started off at 100% and let me just quickly show you guys what it is at right now. So the S20 Plus is at 92%. So it's lost 8% of battery in our 1 hour of video testing, which was streaming on YouTube at full HD plus. And of course, the resolution is also at 120 full HD plus on both the phones, and of course the refresh rate is at 120 Hz. Now quickly to take a look at the OPPO Find X2, and you can see that it is dropped just 1%. It's at 99, guys. So the Find X2 evidently is far more power efficient than the Exynos 990 inside the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus. So despite having a larger 4500 mAh battery on the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus, the OPPO Find X2 with its smaller 4200 mAh battery seems to have better battery optimization. So this lost just 1% charge in 1 hour of our video testing, whereas the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus lost close to 8% of charge in 1 hour of our video testing. Good job, OPPO Find X2 once again. So in our battery charging test, the OPPO Find X2 came up on top, and so did it come up on top even in our battery drain test. Alright, so now that we're done with our battery tests, let's move on to performance comparisons. And I've got like 3 very important benchmarks for you, which is Antutu, 3D Mark and Geekbench. We'll run them on the Find X2 and the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus. The Find X2 of course comes with, again I'm reiterating, with the Snapdragon 865 Plus, and the S20 Plus comes with the Exynos 990 chip. Alright, so let's get started with Antutu. But before we start anything, let's just take a look at the background processes. Nothing's running in the background. And both these phones are running currently at FHD Plus and 120Hz resolution. So let's start off with Antutu at the moment. But before that, one of the things that I need to do is actually put Samsung on performance mode. I've just changed the resolution to FHD Plus so that we can keep this in performance mode, and the motion refresh rate is of course at 120 Hz as well. So going back to that and quickly taking a look at OPPO as well and seeing where if we need to put it in performance mode right now. And there you go. So we've put it in performance mode on both the phones to ensure that we have parity in testing. So I'm going to start off testing right now on both the phones. Alright, so we've started off with Antutu on both the phones, and both the displays just look absolutely gorgeous. But I feel that the OPPO Find X2 actually has a clear advantage over the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra, considering the fact that the Find X2 can actually do 120Hz high refresh rate at QHD plus resolution, which the S20 Plus cannot. And also, most importantly, the notch is at the corner and not at the center. When you're playing games in landscape mode, it'll be hidden when you're holding the phone in your hand. Alright, so Antutu is almost getting over, the Antutu run is almost getting over on the OPPO Find X2. It's at 99%, and the S20 Plus is at 96%. Obviously, the S20 Plus has been lagging behind. The Snapdragon 865 is known to be far more powerful compared to the Exynos 990. So we'll take a look at the final score. It's actually crossed 6 lakhs, guys. And the Exynos 990 has barely crossed 5 lakhs. And the Snapdragon 865 has crossed 6 lakh. That's a 1 lakh lead over the Exynos 990. So evidently, when it comes to whether it's CPU performance where the score is higher, or if it's GPU performance where the score is higher, the OPPO Find X2 just seems to completely obliterate the competition. Really well done. So now, once that we've established that the 865 is far more effective in Antutu, let's take a look at Geekbench, which looks at only the CPU performance. Maybe, just maybe, the single core performance or the multi-core performance is better on the Exynos 990. Let's quickly take a look at it. But before that, here's a customary routine check where we check for if there is something running in the background. So nothing's running in the background. Quickly opening Geekbench, accepting whatever has to be accepted, and running the CPU benchmark. There you go. Alright, so our run of Geekbench has completed on the Snapdragon 865 toting Find X2. You've got a single core score of 816 and a multi-core score of 2792. The Exynos 990, as usual, is lagging behind. Let's see where the final scores lead us and how they compare. Alright, so the Exynos 990 is also done with its run. For some odd reason, the score is like really low when it comes to single core score. It's just 446. That's completely baffling. That's like half the score, single core score of the OPPO Find X2. But the multi-core score is pretty good. It's not bad at all, and it matches toe to toe with the OPPO Find X2. But the OPPO Find X2, of course, takes a lead ahead. So what have we learned here? Antutu and Geekbench, both OPPO Find X2 definitely is better than the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus. Alright, so for one final run, I'm going to be running 3D Mark, which is actually a graphics intensive test. So I'm going to be running Slingshot, Extreme, OpenGL ES 3.1 and Vulkan as well. So let's quickly hit run on both the phones and let's wait for the magic to unravel. Alright, so we are done with our 3D mark testing as well, and once again, it is a sizable lead that the Snapdragon 865 inside the Find X2 has over the S20 Plus, which has the Exynos 990. Alright guys, so now I'm going to be playing PUBG on both the phones. I'm starting off with the Exynos 990 toting Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus. Of course, the first thing that we'll do is of course go and check the maximum graphics that you can get with this. So you can only go to HDR and Ultra, and if I remember clearly, then the Snapdragon 865 on the OPPO Find X2 can actually do HDR and Extreme. So to keep parity between the two, I'm going to be keeping it HDR and Extreme. I'm going to be enabling anti-aliasing, shadows are enabled. Of course, the other settings are going to be the same on both the phones. And you'll also see that I have a, wire attached to the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus. That's because I'm capturing Gamebench data. So we're going to start off with a game of PUBG to see how it performs in Gamebench and what kind of FPS data you're getting with PUBG on the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus. Alright, so we're starting off the game in a bit. But from what I can tell, I can see the Gamebench screen on my laptop right now, and it's at a consistent 60 FPS. And we can take a look at what the final scores are at the end of 30 minutes of gameplay session on the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus. Also, please forgive me if I play like a noob, because I am one and I'm not generally very good at PUBG. I prefer Call of Duty. You guys might have seen that in my previous videos. Alright guys, so I'm done with 30 minutes of gameplay. I actually stopped my gameplay session, and I got a chicken dinner, so that's worth it after a long time. And it was a great experience playing the game. And of course, now what I'm going to be doing is actually checking the temperature of the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus right now, and taking a look at what the current temperature is. So I see a reading of 39.7 maximum and a 42.6 around this area, around the area of the camera. So that is the reading for you guys. The gameplay experience was pretty smooth on Smooth and Extreme, and of course I had a blast playing it. So now I'm going to be doing OPPO Find X2's gameplay next. Hey guys, so now we're going to be playing PUBG on the OPPO Find X2 and take a look at how it can perform against the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus. Obviously, the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus was pretty great for gaming as well, but here you can see that you can go up to HDR and Extreme, which is absolutely excellent. So I'm going to be doing Smooth and Extreme gameplay just to maintain parity and see how the phone can perform. And of course, anti-aliasing is off, shadows are enabled. So all of those things have been put into effect. And I'm going to be playing one more classic match. Hope I can get one more chicken dinner, which I'm sure is not going to happen. So I'm going to probably end up playing 2 sessions. So let's just start that match. I really love the 60 FPS gameplay on PUBG, and it actually feels really immersive on a phone like the Find X2 because of its massive display. Of course, the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus also has a really big display, so the gameplay experience is really good. You don't need anything better than this for playing PUBG right now on mobile, and I am seeing my screen right now and it is at a constant 60 FPS. Of course, during firefights it could become lower. So let's play through the game, and at the end of the 30-minute session we'll also take a look at what is the temperature that it reaches. Of course, the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus reached a temperature of 42.6 degrees if I remember correctly, and we'll check it for the OPPO Find X2 as well. Alright, so we're done with 30 minutes of gaming on the OPPO Find X2 and it was an excellent experience. From what I can tell, there was literally not a single frame drop and the FPS stability should be higher as well. Let's quickly take a look at the temperature of the OPPO Find X2. So it's around 39.8, 40 degrees, 40.9 is what I see maximum out here. I think it touched 41 for a second, but it hasn't touched that 42.6 that the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus did when we played the game. Evidently, even the thermal efficiency of, alright, it's around the 41.3, 41.4 mark. Evidently, the thermal efficiency of the OPPO Find X2 is also better than the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus. And of course, the gaming performance should also be better. Let's quickly take a look at the game bench chart that I have created for you guys so that we can take a look at the differences between the temperatures, the differences between the average FPS and of course the FPS stability of these two phones. So what you see on your screen right now is the game bench comparison. This is actually a real world test of 30 minutes of PUBG gaming on both the phones and the numbers are here for you to see. The OPPO Find X2 just does a far better job than the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus. That's mostly because it's got a Snapdragon 865 inside compared to the Exynos 990 inside the Galaxy S20 Plus. You can see that the median FPS is higher at 60 compared to 55 on the Galaxy S20 Plus. The FPS stability, which means that how stable were the frames without dropping, is also much higher on the Find X2 at 99 compared to the Galaxy S20 Plus, which is at 97. And the temperature after 30 minutes is also lower, which is better. So it's 41.5 degrees compared to Galaxy S20 Plus's 42.6. So you guys have seen after the comparison of the OPPO Find X2 against the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus, both of which are available in the same price category. The Find X2 is actually a better buy, especially if you're looking for something for great battery and excellent performance. Because when it comes to gaming or even the regular synthetic benchmarks, the Find X2 just beats the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus. And of course, the fact that the battery life is also better on the Find X2 should be something that should be in your radar when you're looking at picking up between one of these two phones. Now, of course, the charging speeds are much better. At 38 minutes, this charges from 0 to 100, whereas the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus takes far more than an hour. And of course, when we did our video test, the OPPO Find X2 lost a very little battery compared to the battery life lost by the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus. So yeah, so if you're picking between these two phones, my pick would be the OPPO Find X2 just for battery and performance. And of course, the display on the Find X2 can also go up to 120Hz refresh rate at QHD plus resolution, which makes it better than the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus. So what do you guys think? Do let me know in the comment section below. Until next time, this is Ershad from Mr. Phone signing off. Goodbye and Godspeed, my friends.